Hello and welcome to this week's Wednesday Wisdom. My name is JB Hilliard, and these are weekly video snippets of information designed to answer questions you may have about estate planning or probate or whatever other legal concerns may be swirling around in your head. And for this week's Wednesday Wisdom edition, I am continuing from last week's, and this is actually, let's call it Accountability Part 1B. Because I specifically want to address the concerns or the apprehensions about drafting your own funeral or memorial service program. I know a lot of you out there are like, I could never do that. That's so morbid. That's so whatever your adjective is. And so if you are hesitant about doing something like that, if it really bothers you to do something like that, I don't know. Well, I do know why it would, but I want you to try to work through that. But as an alternative, why don't you try this? Especially for those of you who are unmarried. Now, of course, if you have a spouse and you guys are side by side with everything, you go to the same, practice the same religion, go to the same religious facility, you know all the same people, that makes it a little bit easier if you're the surviving spouse to handle those types of affairs for your deceased spouse. However, if you are the surviving spouse and now you're left, who's going to do it for you? Or if you're unmarried, who's going to do it for you? So as an alternative, try this. Just document, as in write or type out somewhere, write down or type out a starting point for that person or those individuals who have to pick up the pieces and put this all together after you're gone. So for instance, write down where your church is. If you're a member of a church or religious group or facility, write that down. Who would be your preferred officiant? If it's a pastor or a bishop or priest or whatever, that person is, write down that name, write down where they are. Backing up a couple steps, if you prefer to be buried or cremated, that should be documented somewhere. Do you already have some prepaid funeral plan or burial plan? That should be made known to someone somewhere so that they'll know that they don't have to figure out, how to come up with the funds to bury you because you've already taken care of that. But if no one knows, no one knows. So just kind of document things, even something, I won't say as simple as, but something as direct as having a file of pictures that you would want in your funeral program. Sometimes people are finding pictures and then they got to crop because they don't have any of you by yourself. So, they got to crop out some people or do some different things, or they have a lot of old pictures and nothing recent, or the opposite, and they want some old pictures and all they have are recent pictures, whatever the case is. Make it easier for your loved ones who are having to deal with not only the grief of you being gone, but now the burden of having to piece all these parts together. Make it a little bit easier and less burdensome on them by doing all of the legwork yourself, because you got it all. You just got to put it together. So that's it for this week's Wednesday Wisdom. And as always, I thank you for watching. We will have an accountability part 2 coming up next time. So we'll see you next time.